It's an exciting time to be a Birmingham or Wrexham fan, with both teams gaining promotion to the Championship for this upcoming season, backed by ambitious and fairly wealthy and of course famous owners. So it's the perfect challenge for me and Dad to take on as we go 1v1 Birmingham versus Wrexham across 5 seasons. And here is your reminder of how the point system works as we rock on into season number 1. So Dad, today we are doing Birmingham versus Wrexham. Of course, 2 teams with a bit of money that have just been promoted into the Championship.
2 good teams as well, really. I mean, I reckon they'll do quite well in the Championship as well.
2 teams that you could say might be the next 2 to go up to the Premier League.
Possibly, yeah.
Do an Ipswich and go back to back.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely got the backing, haven't they? So anything's possible in that league, really.
Exactly. So of course the chairman of Birmingham City, Tom Brady.
Good player in his time.
Yeah. Different sport, Dad.
Well, yeah, but no, he's watching American football.
Yeah.
So.
You made it sound like he was a footballer.
Yeah.
Good player in his time. He was left back, you know. And then of course the other side of things is Deadpool and Rob McElhenney.
Yeah. I mean, I've watched the documentaries on them bringing Wrexham through the leagues and all that, and I've really enjoyed what they've done there at the club and all that. And it's good, really, because them just come in and just chuck money at it. They've done it properly. I really wanted Wrexham, so I was pleased when you gave me Wrexham.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's good then. I took over Birmingham, so obviously they've got a lot of money each team. So we did have nice budgets. I had £35 million that I was spent, but a lot of it was from the previous database that you can see going through. So I actually spent £5 million here on Clemens Riedel, who is a centre-back, German, only 20 years of age. Next up, I signed Filip Piszczek, £1.2 million as a striker. Obviously quite good in the air, which is the reason why I've done that. Not very quick, but he'll still do. Tim Krul on a free transfer, in goal.
Yeah.
Just as we go into August, obviously very experienced. And then finally, I splashed £15 million on Marcelinho Nunez, one of the best players in the Championship at Norwich. Centre attacking midfielder / centre midfielder who's very good going forward. That's who I brought in to Birmingham after obviously getting promoted. Now, with yourself, Dad, and Wrexham, some familiar names as well. Sam Tickle from Wigan Athletic, goalkeeper.
Yep, just needed a reserve keeper to brought in. Nice young keeper as well, so that's ideal.
And then finally, Danny Ings.
I needed someone to put a ball in the back of the net. I thought, well, he's on a freebie as well. I mean, I was struggling to get players to come in because the reputation of the club isn't too good for the Championship. So players that you approach don't really want to come to you. So Danny was on a freebie, so he was jumping to come. So
well, tactically setting up, you've gone for almost like a 4-4-2, but with one player push forwards, and that is of course Callum Robinson that you can see there, that centre attacking midfielder, but he is in behind Jay Rodriguez and Corley Woodrow, but Danny Ings doesn't go into the team.
No,
he does fit in there. Yeah, one of the best 11. He is in there. Hasn't played a game yet for you. Obviously, there's quite a lot of names that are dotted around, the likes of Paul Dummett, who signed last year. But they already had a good team, which is the reason why they came up.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Paul Mullen as well. And he's a good striker. He come through the ranks as well, hasn't he? So, he's done well for the club over the years.
Let's have a look then at my tactics. Setting up for this first season, I've gone for my 4-3-1-2 narrow formation, with Nunez being locked in. The reason for it, if I didn't lock him in, he get pushed out for Hall. So George Hall goes in, who is good. I just think Nunez is better, especially for this first season. I don't think George Hall will get good enough if we do go up in the next couple of years to be a Premier League player, so I don't think it's worth investing the time in it right now. In this Birmingham side though, there is obviously some good players as well, Ethan Laird being one of them. Bielik is also a good player as well. They've got Jay Stansfield, now class as a good player, but as people from Plymouth, we might not like him as much because he played for Exeter, and when he scored against Plymouth, he did a very disrespectful celebration. So yeah, don't like him. Nope. But for now, if he wants to score goals for me and help me get up into the Premier League, I'll be happy, because this first season we are both playing in the Championship. We've started things off. I've lost my first fixture there to Ipswich, of course, who've just come down, but they've basically got a Premier League team in here. Although it's weird because the game's been out for so long now that we are basically playing on a database that is 2 years after the fact. So obviously this time last year we were playing on databases like, oh, Ipswich is in the Premier League, but they've only got Championship players. Now they've already been relegated before a new game has come out. So we're obviously having to use an updated database again, thanks to fminside.net, who is constantly upgrading every single month with a new database. This is how we are able to play with both Wrexham and Birmingham in the Championship, and we'll leave a link in the description if I remember. I'm sorry if I don't. But I started off okay.
Yeah, good start.
Not too bad at all. Even the likes of Southampton, who obviously came down Drew 3-3 with them, even with 10 men, so that's not bad. Stoke's a difficult one. Norwich absolutely slapped them 7-1 after stealing their player.
That's a really good result.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. Let's have a look at the start of your season, Dad, because you've had an even better one.
Can't grumble with that. Not conceding a lot of goals, neither. You know, the odd one goal in each game, so yeah, I'm happy with that.
And you even beat Manchester United in the Cup.
Get in.
I mean, by the looks of it, they were playing...
second side. So.
Yeah, with Toby Collier.
I'll take that. They obviously didn't want to go much further in that Cup. So.
Yeah, but yeah, there we go. All right, we're about to play each other as well, coming up very soon. But let's see who has the bragging rights. Season number 1. Will one of us get ourselves promoted straight away? Well, season number 1.
Get in.
Playoff final defeat for my Birmingham. As if we met each other at Wembley.
Danny Ings starts it off for me as well.
Technically, I was on the home turf and I still lost.
A lot of points for that game.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, well done. A lot of money can be won in the playoff, the most expensive final that they say, isn't it?
Definitely,
the most expensive match in football.
100 million, isn't it, worth?
Yeah, something like that. So,
I'll take that. Yeah,
well deserved.
That's a good season for both of us, really. We got to the playoffs, so we'd have been happy with that at the beginning of the season.
I actually lost it on the final day of the season. As you can see, 103 points. Leicester City got promoted, and on the final day of the season, I actually lost to Derby County, and Derby County has cost me a Premier League appearance because those 3 points would have meant
you were a long way in front of me as well.
Yeah.
8 points.
So very disappointing first season for me. Danny Ings, 31 goals. He was the Golden Boot winner in the Championship as well. Jay Stansfield got 27, also had one of the highest average ratings in there. Paul Dummett was one of the man of the match 9 times for Paul Dummett. And assist-wise, Marcelinho Nunez, I locked him in, 21 assists.
Good signing.
Still couldn't get us promoted, though. Absolutely gutted. All right, so other competitions, 4th round in the FA Cup, 2nd round in the Carabao Cup by Ipswich, which we've already seen. You progress and end up getting knocked out by Ipswich in both competitions. Did they go on to win anything? No, Man City beat Tottenham in the FA Cup final and Chelsea beat Forest in the Carabao Cup final. So nothing there for Ipswich, but fair play to them. They did all right, didn't they? Let's have a look then. Danny Ings got 33 goals across the season. Paul Mullin got 22, which isn't bad at all.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the standard I would say Paul Mullin could possibly reach. I can't see him going all the way to that. Unless he does a Jamie Vardy, but I can't see it myself.
I mean, I'm worried about it really as well because Danny Ings is 31. So, I mean, I know he is a Premier League player, but when you get into that age, you start slowing down, don't you? So
I've got the best natural fitness or pace, etc. And that type of player doesn't exactly do well in the Premier League on Football Manager. You kind of need a little bit of pace.
I think he'll give me one more season. So I'm not happy with what he's done. 33 goals, really. I mean, Paul Mullin wasn't even in my starting lineup. Just bangs in 22. So out of 28 games, I'm quite happy with that as well.
You've also been given £78 million with a massive wage budget. We could possibly take you over to £100 million, which
they're backing me, so I'm happy with that.
Impressive. Let's have a look at my side of things. Then we've got 27 goals from Jay Stansfield. Piszczek's coming, got 22. Marcelinho Nunez 18 and 20, but transfer budget I've got 50 million, so that's still good for the Championship. Obviously they're both very rich owners, so it's gonna help me in the long run. I mean, 113 million pound in the bank there, so that's not too bad. So I really need to get promoted next season. But let's have a look at the results between each other. Other than you beating me there in the playoff final, which does give you a win, you also beat me in the season there 2-1. Did I beat you? I did, 3-1. So I finished above you in the league, which is a point, but you've beaten me twice. I've beaten you once. So that is 2-2 going into season number 2. But let's have a look what happens in the transfer window. Okay then, second season in the Championship. A few players have left the club, but some new guys have joined, including another Norwich player. But to start things off, Vital was one of them. £2.6 million from Real Zaragoza, so good centre-back. Lokonga from Arsenal was on the transfer list for £4 million. I thought that was a good pickup for the Championship. Josh Sargent always seems to score quite a lot of goals. He does. Bought him from Norwich there. Quite expensive, £10 million nearly. A goalkeeper for £2.2 million. He's French. Nakamba from Luton. Obviously some Premier League experience as well from midfield. Then we got Bart Verbruggen on loan. Another goalkeeper that can obviously fit into the lineup. Maxim Lopez from Paris FC was the most expensive player, but to me, he's a good Premier League player. So if I get him, if I'm able to get him now, then once I do get promoted, that's a position I don't have to worry about because he's very good. And then finally, Dan Gore on loan from Manchester United as well, who will get some game time. He's already played 5 games for us in centre midfield because tactically, I'm not changing much. I'm going to keep it as it was. It did very well last season, and now all I'm doing is improving the lineup. So I'm happy with that. I've already got a couple of injuries. I mean, Bielik, my best centre-back, out for 4 to 7 months. Brilliant. So there's already some problems there, but yeah, I'm not too worried at all. And the start of the season has done okay, but 2 losses already in the Championship. 1 losing to Oxford, 1 losing to Sheffield Wednesday. But the difference is, in the Championship, you can lose 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
And then when you start going on a winning run, that's when it's obviously like, oh, we're at the top again. Because we did beat the likes of Sheffield United, one of the best teams in the division. We also beat Wolves, who just been relegated 5-0. I don't know how.
Yeah.
So some big results in there.
Well, you got Sunderland,
already.
though. You beat Sunderland as well. I think they've got just been relegated from the Premier League, haven't they?
Yeah, that was only in the Cup. But yeah, we did manage to beat them. They are in the division later on. They have been relegated. But yeah, we knocked them out of the Cup as well as Watford 4-0 as well. So not too bad at all. Let's have a look though, Dad, at what you've been up to this transfer window. Bringing in quite a lot of players, but obviously going up a division, it needs to. Start off with a couple of a free transfer there in midfield. Then we got Zian Fleming from Burnley. Again, looks like one of the ones that was like running out of contract and you've just pinched him up there for quite cheap. Badgie from AGF, striker, can't really see him playing much there. Rakiopi, £7 million, another goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was a good keeper as well,
Not a bad one. Luca Romero, I know this one, so he is quite good on the right-hand side.
Winger,
Then we've got Hans Wolf from New York, so another winger.
Wingers,
Juan Escobar from Castellon, good centre-back.
Good centre-back, yes, definitely, yeah.
Only 5'10", no?
Well, that's
Can't
all right.
jump. Then we've got Santiago Hetze from Olympiacos, centre defensive midfielder, again Argentinian. Alexander Ziku, he is also a centre back.
Yeah, this is a good one. Yeah, I know he's 30, but you just got to get more experience into the team.
Yeah, Philip Billing from Bournemouth, Danish, good midfielder.
Good midfielder, yeah, very strong.
Then we've got Rodrigo Muniz, £21 million. The second most expensive signing, the Brazilian striker that you've brought in from Fulham.
Yeah.
Hopefully to score you some goals. And then finally, Jose Angel Carmona from West Ham for £30 million.
Good boy back.
Your most expensive player is a right back.
Yeah, wow. To be honest, I really, really did struggle to get players that come to me.
Yeah.
And it was a case of, you're looking at each player to sort of strengthen a position, and I just couldn't find a really good one, and he ended up being the best one I could get. And I'm happy with that. I've changed the formation a little bit. Gone with Romero on the wing, a little bit stronger in midfield with the 2 guys that got midfield. Danny Ings is still up there with me.
He is, yeah.
So I'm surprised for that. So yeah, I'll let him get on with it.
Up there with Muniz, and he's actually scored 4 goals in 5 games.
Yeah, I mean, he knows where the net is. So
he started the Premier League season well, or has he? You've won 1 game in the Premier League so far. It's a 3-1 victory against Nottingham Forest, but you've had a tough start because Arsenal and Liverpool were the other 2 games, followed by Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Danny Ings' old club, of course, 2 of them, Liverpool and Villa. He did score against Villa, but he didn't get any against Liverpool. Tough start, really.
Yeah, I've had an hard start.
Away to Arsenal, away to Liverpool, and at home to Aston Villa. But the game that you think that you might be able to get points out of, Forest, you did.
I did, yeah. So I'm pleased with that. Left it late as well. So, but I love a late goal, so I'll take that as well.
It didn't get any easy either, because the following game you got Manchester City, then Spurs. So it's a while before you've got a run of fixtures there, really.
That's right,
games where you can maybe get a bit of a run.
Just got to really that I'm looking at sort of mid-table of finishing
already. Shouting for mid-table.
Yeah, I've got to be up around there. Yeah, spending that amount of money, 100 million. I've got to be finishing mid-table.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But first season in, they're rating you at 700 to 1 to survive.
Yeah,
they're the likes of Vinicius Junior is now in the league as well.
Oh dear.
Playing at Manchester City, so that's going to be
well. The problem you get if you don't finish up around the mid-table, your reputation doesn't get any better, and then you still struggle to sign players, and that's the worst thing about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
As soon as that reputation starts changing, players will start coming to you then.
Deschamps is at Manchester United, it's all changing. What we should say as well, annoyingly, a lot of people were messaging us about Wrexham in real life signing Ryan Hardy.
Yes.
Which is, of course, the player that we always go on about from Plymouth Argyle. We started the database the day before he signed.
Got it.
Because I would have loved to have had Ryan Hardy.
I'd have loved to have had him, definitely. I do.
Been an easy one.
He does score your goals. So, I'm disappointed with that in both ways. I'm disappointed he's not in my team in this, but I'm really disappointed that Argo have lost him because I think in that league he'd have been really good in that league. I feel.
Yeah, and there's no hard feelings of him actually going.
No.
Argo
he done well for us.
Really got any hard feelings about him leaving? You can understand why he would want to go to Wrexham after, of course, getting relegated with Argo. And
yeah, I mean they come in with a better deal with him, and Argo offered him a good deal, but Wrexham come in with a better deal. At the end of the day, that's what you work for, the money.
Shout out to Ryan Hardy. Hope he does really well at Wrexham.
Good luck,
I want to see him scoring some goals for the Championship, maybe even get into the Premier League. I think he deserves it. He was a cracking player for Argyle. All right, let's see what happens then. Season number 2 with Wrexham and Birmingham. Will I be joining Dad up in the Premier League? Will Dad be joining me in the Championship? Or will we be switching leagues altogether? Let's find out. Well, I will be joining Dad if he has survived, because Birmingham City have been promoted, getting 89 points, just a couple of points off of top, and I would have definitely been up there, like the goal difference of plus 60.
Yeah.
I kind of threw it away at the end there.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
A lot of draws towards the end of the season. I tried giving it away, tried dropping into the playoffs again. Stansfield with 23 goals, but also Josh Sargent with 19. So that's really good to see.
Yeah, he always scores goals, and he's good striker.
Yeah, average rating was up there for 3 of the players, including my centre attacking midfielder and midfielder, and my left back Lee Buchanan. And Bart Verbruggen, who was obviously on loan from Brighton, got 15 clean sheets this season. So all in all, it's a good season, but it could have been even better. Runners up in both cups.
That is so unlucky. One of those is just giving you so many points for that, wasn't it, really?
Absolutely gutted. It was Liverpool who beat me 1-0 in the Carabao Cup, and it was Liverpool who beat me 1-0 in the FA Cup.
Oh, was it the same goal scorer, I wonder?
Oh, that would be horrible. That would be horrible. So it was Luis Diaz in the 82nd minute in the FA Cup as well, in the Carabao Cup. Kanate in the 26th, so it was a little bit of time. But 2 trips to Wembley after obviously... Well, that's 3 trips to Wembley in a year, and I lost all 3 of them. Absolutely gutted. It is obviously not our favoured pitch. An unlucky ground, you might say. So there we go. We go up with Fulham. We go up with Middlesbrough, but will we be joining you, Dad? Well, Wrexham survived. 40 points, which is the magic number everybody says in 38 games to survive from relegation. 9 points clear, nice and easy. Switch places with Everton on that final day, but yeah, you were all good. Bloody hell, Tottenham Hotspur won the... Mancini is the manager. So it was Mancini from the beginning. So I think on the day that we started was also before Thomas Frank took over.
Yeah, and big shout for Thomas. I hope you have a really, really good, successful time at Spurs.
I hope you suck.
And I'm gonna put it on record. I am really pleased that he took over as well. I was a bit like it with Ange. In the end, I felt he needed to go. Really, things weren't just quite right there, and this guy could do the business for us. I mean, he could definitely settle the ship. And I don't think we can have a worse season than what we just had. So good luck, Thomas.
Yeah, imagine winning a European trophy and then God, that'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Couldn't be my club.
Just imagine winning the European trophy.
Yeah, and then still sacking your manager. Unbelievable.
I think you done that the season before, didn't you?
No, we didn't sack him after.
Well, you give. I think. Do you know?
We gave him until November.
Do you know what? I honestly believe Spurs looked into that as well and seen what happened with Ten Hag.
What, after winning the FA Cup?
Yeah, and seen how it didn't progress any better, and then it cost them a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
And I reckon that was something to do with why Spurs made the decision straight away.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, because they gave him a new contract, didn't they?
Yeah.
Spent all the money. Well, he spent all the money bringing the players in, and then look at the trouble you're in.
That is the thing, that it's bringing in their types of players.
Yeah.
Although a lot of them actually, that in the last summer window at Man United, a lot of the players are the ones that you keep around anyway. You know, you're not going to go, I wouldn't have De Ligt in my team.
Oh no,
he's one of the only defenders that was good.
Yeah.
And then Ugate's mainly the only one, mainly because of his price tag. But if he costs like 20 million less, everybody would be going, that's a really good signing, because he is a very good ball destroyer.
Yeah.
It's just he hasn't got the full package that people expect from a 60 to 70 million euro player in midfield. And he's also having to be put next to like Casemiro, who in the Premier League is a very different Casemiro than what we've seen in the Europa League.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So I do feel a little bit sorry. And then you can't really knock the likes of Mazraoui. I mean, great signing, only £15 million.
It's a bargain.
Yeah. He's 26, 27, something like that. Not too bad at all. And Lenny Yoro, I mean, to be honest, he's 18 years of age, 19 years of age, all right, he cost quite a lot of money. But when he was playing, there's only a couple of games where I thought, ooh, he don't look ready yet.
Yeah.
Majority of the time, he looked quite good.
Yeah, definitely.
For a player that young, playing in such a terrible team. It's the signings he made the summer before that everybody's questioning. The Andre Onana decision, getting rid of De Gea.
Yeah.
That's the one where we're looking at it. But it can't be any worse because currently in this year, they've signed Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Anyway, you survived, Dad. Let's have a look at past positions. Sorry for rambling about our clubs, but hopefully you guys enjoy it when we talk about real-life football at the same time. I know some of you have asked in the comments what we all think about Spurs doing this or Man United doing stuff. So hopefully you enjoy it. But Dad,
Argo as well.
Yeah, you survived after being in relegations over quite a long time there.
I climbed out of it and stayed out of it, so I was quite pleased with that, really. It's all about surviving in the first season, so I'm happy with that.
But I will be joining you next season. Now, squad-wise, Dad, 15 goals from Danny Ings. He was your top scorer again with 32. Paul Mullen got 12 in the Premier League, so fair play.
Yeah, second time he's come second and he ain't been in the starting lineup.
You didn't win anything, though?
No.
Why didn't you play in the FA Cup?
I wonder.
So Welsh club's been knocked out of the FA Cup? You played in it last season, didn't you?
Yeah.
Whether it's something to do with the database, I am not sure. And then you knocked out by Ipswich.
I mean, being in the Premier League, you're definitely in it, aren't you?
Yeah.
I mean, don't you normally come into the fifth round? Or because I've just got into the Premier League. Yeah, the third round, yeah.
Well, that's really weird. Let me know if you've come across that problem as well. And we'll have to see whether that stays and you will forever never play in the FA Cup again. This gives me a bit of advantage. Not that I can go on and win it. Although I did get runners-up this season. All right, well, transfer budget. You got £63 million going into next season to stay in the Premier League again and help you progress. I've got £104 million. Lovely stuff.
Definitely backing you then, isn't I?
Right, well, let's spend that, shall we, and see what happens after we look at the points. To be honest, there's only 1 point because Dad finished higher. We didn't play each other. So Dad is now on 3 and I am still on 2. All right, Dad, for your second season in the Premier League, a few names who came in the first season have gone already. Hetse, Dejiku, he's also left as well. And then we've got a couple of players who have also left the club, including Dan Scar, who also used to play for Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Phil Odrez got £8 million. Elias got £9 million. But let's focus on the players that you brought into the club. Starting off with Ibrahim Abamba, £10 million there from Al Dali.
Struggled to get this guy because of the reputation with Wrexham, but eventually I sort of weared him down and got him in.
Call him Al Dali. It's Al Duhail. I know somebody's going to go, oh, Al Dali. Let's write loads of comments about it. Right, anyway, Medrano, £5 million from Tenerife. We've pulled him off the shores of Tenerife, enjoying the sun, and now he's playing in Wrexham.
Yeah, you'll love it there.
Oh, yeah.
Tell you what, you'll love it.
Yeah.
In amongst the hills.
The things they'll do to get on a documentary, eh?
Yeah.
Straight off the shores of Tenerife onto Disney Plus. So Medrano at left back, he's a good left back though, not too bad at all. And then Mohamed Darami from Reims, £18 million for the Danish winger.
Yep.
Who's very good. Doesn't stop there though. Another £77 million was spent. Starting off with Luca Mazzatelli.
Another strong midfielder.
Yeah, not too bad at all. Then we've got Alejandro Francis. So good centre-back / right-back there. This one might be my favourite one of yours, though. Mohamed Omari, who I think is really good.
Another good centre-back, yeah.
Christian Kwame, used to play for Fiorentina, of course, on a release free transfer.
I've mainly got this guy to be a striker rather than a winger.
Quick.
Yeah.
And then Enzo Milot to finish things off, £51 million, breaking the transfer record, but you can see why. Yeah. He is easily your best player, easily one of the best attacking midfielders in the... I'd say outside of like the big clubs.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. And he's only 23 in this. So
yeah, I'm pleased with that signing. So very good.
Glad to get him in. Yeah, not too bad at all. Now, tactically, you're setting things up in a 4-2-2 with one narrow one wing. So Milot goes straight in there. Still, Danny Ings up front.
Still got him, Miller.
Danny, what is going on here? How are you managing to do this? 33 years of age, still going.
I don't know how he's doing it, but he definitely knows with that back of the net. So if he ends up leading goal scorer again and I stay up, I'll be happy.
Well, he's current leading goal scorer with 1.
That don't look good then, does it?
So starting things off at the start of the season, we haven't played each other. It has been a little bit rough, Dad.
Definitely.
3 losses there to West Ham, Man City and Villa, and a draw with penalties being the victorious way of going through in the cup.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to West Ham, but it's a game you sort of think, start off the season, hopefully I'll get something out of it, and I think get nothing out of it. And then you got Man City, well, there you go. So,
well, it can't get any worse, can it? From my Birmingham side, let's have a look at the players I have brought in to begin with. I spent a lot of money, and I'm really happy with the signings. Thiago Tomas from West Ham, £20 million. I've signed him. Not amazing up front, but what I like about him is a pressing forward. He works hard, he's aggressive, and he's quick. He likes to beat the offside trap. So although his composure and finishing is only 12 and his off the ball is 13, he might not have a lot of chances, but he'll make as many as he possibly can because he's so aggressive. I'm paying him a lot of wages too. Dara O'Shea from Ipswich. They kept knocking me out, so I stole their centre-back. Not a bad one either. And then we've got Caleb Okoli, who from Leicester is another good centre-back there. Not too bad at all. Still quite young as well. Roberto Piccoli, another Italian from Atalanta, coming in on a free transfer as a striker option. But Mohamed Kaba from the Rats of Rennes. I thought, well, neither of us are going to get in Europe to be able to play him, so I need to get some way of shoehorning the Rats of Rennes into it. I'll sign one of their players, but he's actually really good for a defensive midfielder.
Very good.
Go straight into the team as probably my best player. So very good French young player as well. And Emmanuel Iwu from Sturm Graz. I remember calling this guy the cheap Virgil van Dijk because he was quick, strong, and just stats-wise not quite as good as Van Dijk, but he is very cheap. And I picked him up for just £4.5 million. So I'm happy with that. Breeze ball at defence, dives into tackles, fits straight into my starting 11 there. I'm locking in Thiago Tomas up front. But he's going up there with Josh Sargent there. Okoli and Iwu straight going into my new defence. Kaba alongside Lopez and Lokonga with Fabio Carvalho, who... Did I reference Fabio Carvalho last season? This season? I didn't. I've signed Fabio Carvalho.
For 30 million.
For £30 million. How did I miss that? I don't know how I missed that, but there he is.
Yeah.
He was there. He was my first signing, Fabio Carvalho. So from Sheffield United, he goes straight into that centre attacking midfield slot. Look how many injuries I've got at the start of the season. 3 to 6 weeks. Nunez, he's already out as well. And then these ones as well, which is not great. But I've still started the season better than Dan. I've picked up a win in the Premier League thanks to Crystal Palace. A 4-3 win there with a Josh Sargent 98th minute winner. We also beat QPR 9-2 in the Cup, which is great. Drew to Fulham, which they equalised in the 95th minute, so it doesn't always go my way there. But I also got absolutely knobbed 4-0 by Liverpool, and somehow Ryan Gravenberch scored a hat-trick. So, great start to the season. But the Premier League, of course, my first season in it, your second, the season preview, sticks you lower than me.
Hey.
I get it. Yeah, I understand. It's just a competency thing, really, isn't it? Anyway, new managers into the league. Thomas Tuchel has joined Newcastle United, so that's interesting there.
Yeah.
But here we go. Let's see what happens in season number 3. Well, season number 3, and I'm flying with Birmingham. Woo! Fifth place. I'm happy with that. And we dropped down in that final game of the season. We could have been in the top 4. Unbelievable. Everton have overtook us in that final game because we lost. But 68 points. I'm very happy with that. Dad finishing down in 13th. 40 points again.
Yeah.
So, still 5 points.
This will finish a bit higher.
Yeah.
And an awful finish to the season. Oh, my God.
Clubs that you're above, though. Forest, West Ham, Newcastle, Brighton, some big clubs below you.
Oh, definitely. I mean,
I finished above the champions.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Can't believe it. But there we go. Liverpool have won the league. Erling Haaland was the top scorer. Say something new, I guess. Thiago Tomas got me 18 goals. Lovely stuff.
Vinicius Junior there at Man City as well.
Yeah. Yeah, he's goals and problems.
How didn't they not win the league then?
They finished in third. They didn't finish second. £135 million they spent on him 2 seasons ago. So that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, hey, yeah. I finished above Tottenham, Villa, Chelsea, Man United. Did very well on my first season in the Premier League.
Really
Let's look at
start.
past positions. Oh, it's in the top. Oh, it's third. Going into the final few games of the season. Was I above Man City at that point? I was. You basically stayed safe the whole time.
Yeah.
13th to 15th was your wheelhouse. Dropped down to 16th once, back up to 13th. So you was absolutely
It's
fine.
a slow progress, but I've got to be happy. I've gone further up a league again, but yeah, I mean, I'm outdone by you by a long way there. Good start to your first season.
Yeah. Games against each other, you did beat me. Ooh. You did beat me, but I also beat you.
Yeah.
So 2 points there for me, 1 point there for you. In terms of this, I was third top scorer in the league. Fewest conceded, neither of us were in that one though. Competitions then for Birmingham. Last season I got to 2 finals. this season. Can't even get past the 4th round in either of them. Everton and Newcastle
Oh, just
knocked
so
me
playing
out.
in the FA Cup, mate.
Yeah. Well, let's see if you actually played in it this year. You did.
Hey!
No idea what happened. Not a clue what happened in season 2. Answers on a postcard.
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
Did I get banned or something?
It would make more sense if you did carry on playing in it. It makes no sense now why you only missed it one season. I do not understand what happened there, but for some reason, this season you was.
Typical. I'd have won it last season.
Oh, yeah.
Team I had, I would have won that easy.
Yeah, you would face me in the final.
Yeah. Oh, if I just get you to Wembley, that's an easy game for me.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I can't win at Wembley. FA Cup final, 1-0. Liverpool beat Everton in a Merseyside derby, and Manchester City beat Leeds 2-0 in the Carabao Cup final. Leeds doing very well. They've survived to the Premier League and thriving by the looks of it. Oh, baffled.
They're going to have a lot of money this year, aren't they?
Yeah, they should do, thanks to Red Bull.
Yeah.
So a lot of clubs coming up with no money. This is the thing with this PSR/financial fair play bollocks. Now it's got to a point where even if clubs have money, they can't spend it anyway.
Yeah, and I think that's wrong.
And it's just protecting the top clubs instead of actually helping everybody else match them. Because we've seen it with Newcastle. I mean, Villa, they were the worst ones for PSR, weren't it? They were going, how can Man United spend £64 million? And then the financials come out for Villa and we're like, how can you spend anything? It is mental. So I really disagree with this. I've always said they should make it an even playing field. I mean, there's probably flaws in my logic here, but what I would say would be a fair rule to do is everybody has a budget at the start of a season of £200 million. Not that everybody's given that, but everybody can spend £200 million.
Yeah.
And then you can only spend more if you sell players.
Yeah.
So if I sold a player for 50 million, that means I can now spend 250 million pound. And that means any club can go out and spend money, whether they are just invested by somebody else. And it allows the likes of Leeds, who might have now really rich owners, or Newcastle, who have really rich owners. Villa, they've apparently got really rich owners as well. Not be restricted by this PSR bollocks, which just seems to be harming football more than actually helping it.
Yeah.
And keeping it at 200 million. It will also stop the likes of Manchester United, Liverpool, Man City of blowing £400 million in one summer and one January transfer window without really thinking about getting rid of players, because they can spend loads on PSR because they've got Champions League football. They've got doing a Chelsea and buying their own women's team or selling the women's team or whatever it is to themselves and getting around it like that.
I think that sounds brilliant. I mean, it's fair for everybody, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean,
there's obviously going to be some flaws, I know, but
you know that like Bournemouth and probably in the smaller teams are not going to spend the 200 million. But at least if they've got a budget of 100 million, they can spend that 100 million.
Yeah, they would have the ability to do so.
Yeah, and I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
I might write to the FA now and put that forward for you.
Oh yeah. All right, to Gary Neville when you talk about it.
You write the same letters and we'll all do it. But another of us says it, they might just look at it.
Yeah, they will. They've put way too much money into this stupid PSR that nobody understands. Yeah. But anyway, let's have a look then at the squad for this season. Danny Ings, what's your top scorer again? 16 goals.
33. Good old Danny.
Darami with 11. Rodrigo Muniz with 10. Not a lot from him considering he came in for quite big money. But you got £50 million, or £45 million roughly to spend next season. Let's have a look at what I'm up to though. We've got 21 goals for Thiago Tomas, which isn't bad at all. Josh Sargent got 19 as well. 11 and 10 for Cabba. I've got £70 million to build a team that's good enough for the Champions League next season, unless they don't allow me to play in it. Like you in the FA Cup, we'll have to see. But all right, let's go and have a look at the points after 3 seasons. Season number 3 points are Mega Luke with 2 and Dad with 1, meaning the total points are Luke with 4 and Dad with 4. All right, going into season number 4 then. Some familiar names has popped up, but you sold Darami, Dad, for £23 million. He was the main crux of your outgoings here. Yeah. And look who has joined us.
Good old Frank.
It's been a while, actually, isn't it?
It's been, well, he rang me up and said, come on, I haven't played for you for a while. So, good old Frank. He said, are you at Wrexham? Can I get on the telly? I said, come on, Frank, come on down.
Because I've always wanted to play for Deadpool.
I needed a defensive midfielder more than anything, and he's the first guy that jumped into my mind, really. And I can use him as attacking midfielder as well. I mean, he's ball winning he's good all in around that area.
Yeah, he's very good midfielder.
It's the hardest thing with Frank is just affording his wages. If you get a team that can afford his wages, chances are he will come to you.
Oh yeah, you're giving him 200 grand a week.
Oh no, yeah, and that's the thing. There's not many teams who can afford his wages. So
no. Lamons has joined, £12 million for a good goalkeeper. Young as well.
He is a young keeper. Do you know what? I really needed a sort of what I would class as a sort of not a world class keeper, because you know you're not going to get world class keeper, but a good enough keeper for this league. And I really struggled with this guy. Sort of popped out. I paid a lot of money for him. I felt for what he is, but hopefully he'll do all right. 12 million ain't too bad. Yeah. He is got the Omega Luke curse. Yeah, he got injured
4 to 6 weeks, torn his wrist ligaments. Yeah. But then we got Victor Guzman from Leeds, £33 million.
Yeah, I was pleased with this signing, really. He's a good centre-back, so yeah, happy with that. Both footed.
Pacheco, free transfer, another goalkeeper.
He was going to be my reserve keeper, so but he was quite good as well. So, and I needed it after the keeper getting injured, so I'm glad I got him.
Esposito brothers have joined us as well.
I got one of them. I got the midfielder.
You are definitely like Harry Redknapp when he calls up the band.
Well, when I got this guy in, I needed another midfielder.
Crouchcar, Jermaine Defoe, Peter Crouch, all come back. Esposito brothers are turning up. Frank Kessie turns up.
How's your brother getting on? A younger brother, and he said actually he's looking for a new team, so I brought him in.
It was like, we tried bringing Diogo Costa, but he don't want to join. But there we go. So
he's ideal. I mean, whether he knocks Danny Ings out of the team, I don't know. But he got injured as well.
Yeah, he's out for 3 to 5 weeks.
Yeah, that's the curse hit me as well.
Tactically, at the start of the season, we've changed. Of course, he brings the boys up, brings them all in, then he goes free up front. Classic Omega Dad.
And Esposito goes up as well.
You're so bad at saying his names. Considering you sign him all the time.
Yeah.
It's amazing that you get Frank Kessie's right.
Oh, just call him Frank. It's easier than, isn't it?
Esposito.
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 All right, Esposito. We're cutting that one, right? We're cutting.
Oh, we're not cutting it. We're keeping it in. Oh, brilliant.
What's his first name? Francisco. Well, we'll go with that, shall we?
Francesco.
We'll
Pio Esposito.
See, it's nearly Frank. That's one, and you signed him.
Oh, you have dyslexia?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, so we will let you off. As much as it's funny when Dad gets names wrong, and I do.
Yeah, the family thing is hilarious.
Yeah, even I can grill him for it, and I'm terrible with names. I do think I do have some kind of dyslexia, but yeah, yours is a lot worse, I think.
That's why I call everybody mate.
Yeah, even me. Right, let's have a look at the transfers that I have brought in. So, I had a bit more money than Dad because of the Champions League football I got next season. And I went and I brought in the best striker in the Premier League, Rasmus Højlund. On here, he's very good. 0 in 4. He only got 4 goals last season. Very accurate, this game of Football Manager, isn't it?
I think he's been very unfortunate, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got no confidence whatsoever. That's the trouble. Nobody passed to him for the first half of the season. In the second half, when they did, it just looked like you shouldn't have passed to him.
I've watched a couple of games with you just giving it hell with it. He does the runs, and you can see him doing the runs.
Yeah.
And no one passes to him, and it's just unfortunate, really. And he just gets frustrated, doesn't he?
Yeah, and
shame,
loses his confidence. Yeah. You can see why now. Nobody, when they do pass to him, it balls it up.
Yeah.
Because he's got no confidence. But on the game,
he's a good striker.
You can't deny with acceleration and pace, with strength like that, good off the ball and finishing ability, he can bang in some goals eventually. He just hasn't yet. Xavi Simons, though, was another signing.
Very good signing. I mean, you're signing different caliber of players compared to me, but it goes to show you got the Champions League, haven't you?
Yeah. And I'm not just spending it across loads of different signings. That's 2 massive deals, including then still getting a couple of little ones. So Özcan from Turkey from Dortmund on a free transfer, not bad signing there. Jonas Erpig, who is a loanee who I've brought in goal, see what he can do this season. Might make a move for him after. I've been given an optional future fee of £12 million, so I'll assess that at the end of the season to see whether I want to bring him as my number 1. But Federico Navarro on a £10 million deal as another centre midfielder, and I got the curse as well. Out for 2 weeks, but that was the 1st of September, so it ain't too bad. Kicking things off at the start of the season, then not too bad. We are sticking with our formation, the best 11. That's pretty much on screen, just switching those 2 around. So yeah, I'm happy. I think we've got a better team than what we did have at the start of last season, and we've obviously got European competitions to contend with this season. So schedule at the start hasn't started well, but I've had a rough start, to be honest. Leeds United, who we've seen were very good. Scored in the 93rd minute against me to get an equaliser. Lost, unfortunately, to Liverpool, who are very good. Drew to Forest, 94th minute equaliser. Yes, I've just been really unlucky. Went to Arsenal and got stuffed 4-0. Then I beat MK Dons, and that's not too bad. Everybody hates MK Dons.
Then you got Man City.
Yeah, then I got Man City next. So, yeah, a rough time, but in the Champions League fixtures, I've got Celtic and Shakhtar to kick things off. So I'm thinking that's a nice little 6 points I could be picking up. Yeah. Then it's Real Madrid.
Welcome to the Champions League.
Yeah, and then ending with PSG and Bayer Leverkusen. But I reckon out of Shakhtar, Celtic, Ferencváros and Copenhagen, I can progress.
Possibly Ajax as well. You get a result there. I know it's away, but
3 wins out of that and a couple of draws.
Yeah.
And I definitely think we can progress. So I'm optimistic of getting through to the next round. Dad, your schedule's been a little bit better than mine. You're sat 6th in the league right now. Knocked out of the Carabao Cup, unfortunately, to Southampton, but unbeaten in the league. Also beating Arsenal 4-2.
Gets in. Good result that is.
3-3 against
I'll take
Man City.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Francesco Pio Esposito.
Yes.
Scoring
and
in the 90th
Cassie scoring
minute.
as well. Look,
yeah.
The boys are doing it for me already, look.
Yeah.
First season,
bringing the band back together is working.
Yeah.
Sheffield United 2-1. Not too bad. Knocking out Bolton, but of course getting knocked out after. And then West Ham 2-2. Pulling it back after they scored quite late with Victor Guzman. A season in the Premier League, or 2 seasons for me, the 3rd for you.
Oh, I've got up.
Ranking us a little bit higher than usual.
Yeah, I'm happy with that then.
So let's see where we end up. Maybe I'll be lifting the Champions League. Who knows? Right, well, a little bit better for you, Dad.
Yes.
Worse from me, unfortunately. 13th place.
That's where I finished last season.
6 more points than what you got there. But a worse minus goal difference. Ooh, that's rough. 59 points for you, finishing in 9th place, just outside of any European spots on the same points as Man United there.
Bit disappointed with that,
finishing in it. Kwame got 18 goals, though. He was also in the highest average rating, which is nice to see for you there. Alejandro Francis, your right back, managed to get 13 assists, which isn't bad at all. Let's look at the past positions for this season. So, wow. I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, I was doing well there, wasn't I?
Yeah, and then I actually managed to rescue myself into a 13th place finish. I don't know why it does that weird drop up, because that makes it look like I finished. Oh, that was last season's finish. Look, 4th and no, you definitely didn't finish there.
Last.
Weird. I don't know why it does that.
Yeah.
This game's broken. Good job. There's another one coming. He says.
Is there?
Don't know. Nobody's talking to us. No. We have no idea. They're not post anything, but I'm not going on around about that again. We're on Birmingham. How did I get on in the Champions League, of course? And runners up in the FA Cup. Oh, that's a knockout playoff round for the Champions League, which isn't too bad.
Yeah, very
final
good.
Of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
So let's have a look at this. Juve 2-1, they beat me in the knockout playoff round. So, finishing 11th. That's a lot higher than what I thought.
Very good.
5 wins. I beat Bayer Leverkusen, plus the 4 teams that I mentioned that I could get points out of. Drew to Ajax, lost only to PSG and Real Madrid. I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah. You picked the results, didn't you? And you got them. So, yeah, well done.
Very pleased with that indeed. PSG actually went on to win it as well. But the FA Cup lost, unfortunately, to Chelsea in extra time. That's Stamford Bridge.
They've done
That's
you.
bang out of order.
They've done you there.
Why are we playing at Stamford Bridge?
It's the FA Cup again, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's different rules going on here.
I would have been awful at Wembley anyway.
True. They probably wanted to do you a
Well,
favour.
we'll give him a chance. We'll move it from Wembley. We'll stick it at Stamford Bridge.
Still bring it to
Then
London.
He's playing Chelsea. Balls. I don't believe that. Have you ever seen that in your life? Why are we playing at Stamford Bridge? What the hell's happened to Wembley Stadium? Did we play the semi-finals at Wembley? That's hilarious if we did. Played Bournemouth, won in extra time at the Vitality.
So you played all your games away?
What happened there then? I have no idea what's happened there.
Oh, you've been stitched again.
I have, you're right.
You done well to get to the final, didn't you?
Oh yeah, but I was cheated out of it. That's match fixing. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Why are we playing at Stamford Bridge?
Wrexham are 10 million short now as well.
Beat me at the end of the season there.
Oh, get in.
The game before I had a player sent off as well.
Yeah, but I was 2-0 up anyway.
Yeah, you was. And the other game of the season, we drew 4-4.
Oh, what a game that was.
So, yeah. All the goals were scored by the 59th minute. So you could have left on the hour mark and never missed anything. So that would have been quite funny. But I can't believe that. Third round, he played in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
Third round by Brighton, third round in the Carabao Cup. So you didn't get very far in the Cups at all. Was last season played at Wembley? It was definitely played when I played in the final last time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't go back. I'm going to have a look at that. That's ridiculous. Whoa, I might be able to see it through this way. It was played at Anfield. I don't know why Wembley's lost the rights of hosting the FA Cup final.
Whoever gets to the final plays at home. The highest
yeah.
ranked team plays at home.
So Liverpool sent it back to back as well. So I wonder whether they played at Anfield that season. Oh, that was me, wasn't it? FA Cup.
You had it at your ground.
What the hell's happened there?
They try to help you there.
I got home advantage. I have no clue. No idea why the FA Cup's not played at Wembley, but it isn't. We'll have to look into that. That's crazy. All right, let's have a look at the squads then. So, goals. Danny Ings? No. He's only got 7 this season. Kwame got 18. Rodrigo Muniz got 14. 10 from Esposito. Milo got 10 as well. £50 million to spend next season, Dad. Birmingham, though. 19 goals from Jay Stansfield. Rasmus Højlund got 19 plus 12 assists, but it looks like he's developed quite well. Yeah, he has, actually. Not too bad at all. Worth over £100 million. He's wanted. Who buy? Liverpool. You couldn't write it, could you? Yeah, right, would they want Rasmus Højlund? And Xavi Simons got 16, so it's not amazing, to be honest. £62 million going into the following season, into season number 5. But let's have a look at the points at the end of season 4. Well, season 4 points, 0 for Omega Luke and 2 for Omega Dad, which means total points now are Luke with 4 and Dad with 6. All right, final season, Dad. You lost Ibrahim Abamba.
Yeah,
£32 million release clause.
I had an hard job getting him into the team, and I just lost him just like that. So I was really disappointed with that. So, yeah, I couldn't do much about it, so I had to go out and get another player in.
Right, well, you didn't actually replace the defensive midfielder position.
I had to buy a big
Blanco
I had Big Frank to go there, didn't I?
Yeah.
You could do that role, so yeah.
Free transfer of Blanco came in.
He can play both the positions.
You also had Diamonde on a free transfer as well. He joined the club, as well as Pascal Struijk for £50 million. Left-footed centre-back joining the club there from Leeds. Then we've got Evan Nielsen from Bournemouth for £20 million there.
Good striker for that price, I feel.
And then finally, Andrea Colpani, £35 million for the centre-attacking midfielder.
Yeah, he's sort of like, he places sort of like Frank, if Frank goes back into that position, and then I can use him in that role, really. So, but I've got sort of 5 or 6 really good, strong midfield players, so I'm not going to lock anyone in, and I'm just going to let them play it out and see what happens. That's what I'm going to play with. So looks good. I haven't changed the tactics, really, so go for it this season.
Well, I've had a very busy summer because some release clause also got activated at my club, including Rasmus Højlund, who went to Liverpool. Liverpool fans, tell me, what do you think about that one? Hey, would you do that? Would you be up for that one? No, I don't think you would. But let me know down in the comment section, as well as let me know if you got to season number 5. If you're part of the season 5 crew, let us know down in the comment section. We love seeing those comments because it means that you've got this far and you are seriously invested. But I made £30 million on this investment, considering he only scored 11 goals for me last season. He got 2 already for Liverpool in 4 appearances and a player of the match, and he only started one of those games. So what do you think about it now, Liverpool fans, if he starts doing that? I'd be buzzing with that as a new striker. But a few other players have left the club, including Tomas, including Jay Stansfield for £23 million, including Lokonga for £29 million. So a lot of players have left. £171 million has left the club, and I've changed tactic as well for the first time. A couple of other players have left there. You can see Newman has gone as well for £12 million. But the players coming in, Fausto Vera, and I'll tell you a little secret behind the scenes. I had a deal ready for him last season as we went into August, I believe, and then he damaged his cruciate ligaments in August and was out for 6 months, and it cancelled the deal that I had coming in. So instead, I went and signed Navarro there. Look, on the 1st of September, I got in for £10 million instead. So this, Fausto Vera, is a year in the making. I basically Ruud van Nistelrooy'd him. Where I had a deal for him, he damaged cruciates, and I said, don't you worry, Fausto, I'll come back for you next summer. And he said, no worries, boss. So there he is. He's joined the club finally. Omar Alderete, £15 million from Getafe, left-sided. Don't like what he's doing with his eyebrow, but left-sided centre-back there, not a bad option as well. Then we've got Sebastian Szymanski from Fenerbahce, £32 million. Very good centre-attack midfielder, who got the Omega Luke curse and got shin splints, of all things. Then we've also got Alban Lafont as a good goalkeeper to bring in on a free transfer, new number 1. Didn't go for Jonas Erberg in the end. Angelino, another left back who on a free transfer, but he isn't going to be the main left back. We'll get to that in a sec. Semi Kalitzue was my replacement for Rasmus Højlund. He's out for 6 weeks. Max Max Aarons for £20 million has joined the club. Very good English right back there with nice bit of development. Carlos Baleba, one of my favourite signings on the game so far. £63 million for the Cameroonian centre defensive midfielder. Looks very good, doesn't he? And he's left-footed, which means when I'm playing that back, that middle three, that always helps. But my left back, Carlos Augusto. Very good left back from Inter Milan. He was on he was transfer listed, so brought him into the club as well. So I've changed things around from my 4-3-1-2 to my 4-3-2-1. Basically dropping a striker from the pressing forward into the advanced midfielder. But now I've got Szymanski and Simmons to do that. Now, you can also get the save game file, which you can get on patreon.com/MegaLukeGaming, or the YouTube channel members. YouTube channel members, you might have been able to watch this video early as well on that £5 tier. So thank you for everybody who does support us on that level. You help Dad be here instead of being at work, because it means I can pay him to be here and do these videos for you. So that's really appreciative. And in the flip side of that, not only do you get the early videos, you also get the save game file, which means that you can pinch these tactics should you wish, because I'll just leave them on there when I give you the save game file. So if you want the tactic, that's how you get it. Maybe you want Dad's tactic. I don't know, whatever floats your boat. So let's have a look then at the start of the season.
You got Frank there, haven't you?
Well, yeah, of course. That's exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, of course you do.
Schedule at the start of the season, we've played each other. Dad beat me 5-0. Maybe you want Dad's tactic.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you do. Who knows? But there we go. At the start of the season, though, I've had a bit of an up and down start because we lost to Liverpool. We also beat West Ham. We lost 5-0 to Dad. We beat Cambridge 5-0. We drew to Chelsea and we beat Huddersfield. Weird start to the season. Don't know what's going on there. So Dad already picks up a point there. But outside of that, Dad's also had a weird start to the season because he lost to Nottingham Forest, lost to Crystal Palace, beat me 5-0. Beat Burnley and then drew to Liverpool. All over the place.
What a result that is.
Yeah, all over the place.
Ramos scored in that game as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because didn't I play Rasmus and then he scored against me? I did, yeah. Scored the winner in the 100th minute of the game, which I did not see.
You thought Josh had got you a point there, look.
Yeah.
And he come to bite you. He went running past the dugout like that, didn't he?
Okay, so going into season number 5 then, let's have a look at the season preview of the Premier League. 11th and 14th. Points are quite close though, so anybody who wins the competition could pinch it in this final season. Let's find out. Final season then, Dad, you finish just above me by 3 points.
That 5-0 looks really good now, doesn't it?
That's so annoying. Did I beat you in the other game? Oh, we drew 1-1. Drew 1-1.
There's the 3 points.
Esposito got 20 goals as well for you.
Getting him in.
Yeah, don't see Rasmus Højlund's name there, though, do you? Hey?
No.
Maybe he was up there somewhere. Rodrigo Muniz is there, too. No, I can't see Rasmus Højlund. Semi Calixto is down there. Rasmus is not in the top 20. Can't believe it. Not even any Liverpool players. Where did they finish in the league?
Hey.
Finishing 5th. They did have a top score in the top 20. That's a bit weird, isn't it? But
They
there we
ain't
go.
got
They didn't even
anybody
got
on
the clean sheet.
No.
What were they doing? Did they score the most goals? No. Fewest conceded? 5th. How they finish in 5th place, I will never know. That is mental to me.
In Europe next season, get in.
Yep, for season 6, which we don't play. Past positions, what did it look like though? Where you finish? Oh, he swapped over a few times across the season. We were neck and neck all the way through. Very frustrating, but we're on Birmingham. Where did I finish? Quarter-final in the FA Cup, 5th round in the Carabao Cup by Liverpool. What about you, Dad? Where did you finish? Quarter-final in both.
Spurs.
Knocked out by Spurs.
Oh.
Manchester City beat Leeds United in the final, played at the Etihad Stadium. What do you think of that, Leeds, eh? 24 goals from Esposito, not too bad at all, Dad.
He always does get better in about 2 seasons in, really.
Yeah.
Pick him up when he's 19, it's ideal.
Then I've got only 14 for Semi Calixto, not a lot.
That's why you finished where you did.
£70 million though for anybody who does take it on and wants to take over my Birmingham side. But let's have a look at the final points tally. Season 5 points are Mega Luke with 0 and Dad with 2, meaning the total points are Luke with 4 and Dad with 8. Well done, Dad. 8-4. You've won this one.
It's all about winning the big games, mate, and you didn't win any of them.
That's right. Didn't. I had enough. Had a playoff final. couple of FA Cups, a Carabao Cup final, didn't win a single one. I didn't beat you enough either. I only finished above you twice, and that was
That's what it was down to, really, the winning the games, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I won more games than you did, so you got to the finals, but you lost it. That's cost you the old challenge.
Yeah, I do like the teams that we built, though. I'm not quite sure. I think my team last season with the likes of Rasmus was better than this team, but yeah, it's one of them.
I must admit, I did enjoy this, and it's something you guys have got to try, really, because with the Lure team getting into there, it was quite hard to sign some of the players, and we have got it in our minds that we don't want to sign the same players that we have been signing over
Says the guy who signs both Esposito brothers and Frank Kessie.
When was the last time I signed them, though? You guys have been saying I haven't signed Frank for a long time, and that's why. But yeah, it was interesting to see some other players coming through, especially when you did go for some big players and they won't come to you anyway, so you've got to go hunting for the other players. And that's a bit of a challenge, but I enjoyed this one. It was good.
All right, let us know your suggestions down in the comment section, what you want to see, whether it's series or, of course, rebuilds, or even guests that we have on the channel, other guests for versus rebuilds. Let us know down in the comment section. Of course, if you got to season number 5 and you haven't let us know yet, let us know you're part of the season 5 crew. Page.com/Mega Luke Gaming, or the YouTube channel membership should you want to play this, get the tactics, etc. And thank you very much for watching. Check out this video on screen right now, because Dad did a Youth to Gold with Plymouth Argyle. He did quite well as well.